As the clock keeps ticking down on the Trump coup plan, the level of absurdity of Trump lawsuits has ratcheted up. After changing the content of the Pennsylvania lawsuit twice, now they have changed it for the third time. The latest complaint now argues that 1.5 million mail-in ballots in 7 Pennsylvania counties should not be counted, and that the disputed votes are the reason why Biden won Pennsylvania. In the filing, the Trump campaign asked District Judge Matthew Braun to consider issuing an order that the results of the 2020 presidential general election are defective and providing for the Pennsylvania General Assembly to choose Pennsylvania's electors. And this is the part that made me believe it is the great Giuliani who is behind the latest revision, and the iteration is aimed squarely at getting the court to dismiss the lawsuit. Let me ask you this. If you are an attorney, will you ever, in your right mind, file a case in the court in which you also accuse another court of bias? Will you? The following statement was in the lawsuit. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court opinion that declared that the law only requires that observers be present is a patently inconsistent opinion by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, as many Pennsylvania counties followed the law, logic, and tradition of employing observers to not only be present but to ensure the elements of the election code were being strictly followed. This disparate treatment between Pennsylvania counties created a textbook example of an equal protection violation prohibited by the United States Supreme Court, Bush versus Gore. If you have a problem with a ruling, you appeal against that decision. You don't accuse the court, and that too when you are appearing in a completely different case. You do that in campaign rallies, and you do that on Twitter. You do that on opinion pieces you write in Wall Street Journal or New York Times. Even there, you will try to thread the needle because accusing the court of bias is not going to get you anywhere. But that is exactly what the Trump campaign has done now. If the court agrees to toss out 1.5 million ballots, which is not going to happen, that would mean the court would have appointed Trump the winner of the election in Pennsylvania. There literally is zero chance for that to happen. Why should these ballots be tossed out? Why are the rest of the ballots must be counted? What differentiates the two? What about the textbook case of equal protection violation? Just yesterday, Giuliani said in the same court that this is not a case of fraud. If there is no fraud, what reason do you present to toss out 1.5 million votes? Is Giuliani going to turn around and say that there is fraud now? Does he have admissible evidence to say that? Of course, he has no evidence. If he had, he would have never said that this is not a fraud case yesterday. So why are they asking for 1.5 million votes to be tossed out when they know it will not get them any further? There can only be one reason: to get the judge to dismiss the lawsuit and then whine again, just like how they whined about the Pennsylvania Supreme Court's decision to give the authority to county officials in positioning poll watchers inside counting halls. This case will be dismissed very soon, and the wordings indicate that is the outcome the Trump campaign wants, and it is ready for it. A PR lawsuit aimed squarely at creating headlines, and if the court dismisses it, Trump can say he did not lose Pennsylvania, only the courts defeated him. Thanks for watching. If you watched this far, please give me a hand, subscribe. Thanks again.